All right, everybody. Today we are going to talk about investment in Pokemon in 2022, but we are going to talk about the hard stuff. We are going to take a hard look at things that are happening right now that you should really be addressing before doing anything more when it comes to the Pokemon investing in 2022. So guys, if you're new here, hit that subscribe, hit that notify, and as always, hit that like button, guys. We can get 50 likes in this video. Greatly appreciate it. You guys have been blowing right by them, but I like to set a really modest goal, so please hit that button before you leave. Also, if you find some good information in this video, be sure you hit that subscribe so that you are up to date with when we bring these things forward. But when we sit here and look at Pokemon investing and what is actually happening and where we are looking at it when it comes to what's going on in 2022, there's one thing that I would suggest everybody do right now before you do any more investing, before you put any more money in, before you start taking money out of accounts and putting it into the investment side of things. Take a few minutes and do a budget. Completely write it out. Bring it all out to yourselves. Make sure you cover all of your costs in your houses, such as your goods, your groceries, your normal everyday expenditures. Also, make sure you're figuring gas and figuring increases in gas. Make sure you're figuring the potential of rent increases if you're coming closer to the end of your rent. These are all things that people are forgetting. And as we're coming into the current market situations, what's going on in the economy right now, these are things that you should really be doing. It's really a smart idea. I always said in previous videos, every 6 months or every quarter, sit down and redo your budgets. When you're dealing with these kind of situations where prices are kind of going all over the place, we have fuel inflation, we've got just general inflation in all of your household goods. You need to make sure you take a step back and make sure that you are putting money where you can. Don't be overspending. Make sure that you really think things out before you go forward with this. So once again, there are some great opportunities out there. There's a lot of things happening right now in the Pokemon TCG. The market, I think, is actually playing a little bit or getting played a little bit by what's happening. Part of me wants to say that Brilliant Stars is actually part of this cause. That was released right before the situations that started happening in Ukraine and Russia. And I think that it actually has caused fuel prices to raise up high enough to where people are not able to spend as much into the Pokemon products. Is Brilliant Stars a great set? Yes, I think it's a fantastic set. I actually really enjoy opening Brilliant Stars. There's a lot of good hits, good pull rates. The booster boxes are loaded. There's a lot of things going on with all those Charizards and Arceuses. You got all the different cards laid out. Nice little gold cards, nice character rares. There's all these things going on in this set. It's a fantastic set. I don't have anything against it. The only thing that I have against it is for a investing side, it is dropping incredibly quickly. All the cards, the just dropping like nuts. Even the price of the booster box dropped significantly really fast. And these are all kind of red flags. And like we had the live on Sunday. And if you haven't seen that, go back and take a look. We had a little bit of a discussion on what was happening with Brilliant Stars, why we were seeing this. But after sitting down and talking about it with my wife afterwards, you kind of get the realization that maybe it's not so much the market or that the market doesn't like this set. It might be just the factors that, hey, there's some major things happening in the world right now. It broke out literally 4 days before this set was released. And people were really starting to see all this scare stuff on the news about gas prices increasing, our money not going as far any longer. Our grocery bills started to increase quickly. And as gas increases, transportation costs go up. All this stuff starts happening. And then it starts affecting what you can purchase outside of your normal when it comes down to it. So be sure that you guys are being cautious about that. Make sure that you're really looking things over. Maybe sit there and really take 1 month worth of income and 1 month worth of expenses. Make sure that you're sitting there, and if you're going into crypto and your regular retirement funds, be sure that you're continuing to do that. And if anything, start backing out on the Pokemon stuff, because I know we're doing the same thing. There just isn't the cost. Small family farm in northern Wisconsin. It's really difficult to continue to put all this money into a certain hobby when you have expenses on the home front continue to go up. So that is going to be my major piece of advice right now. There are some great things. Like I said, if you go ahead and look around, Evolving Skies, once again, if you have Evolving Skies, you bought it around that 95 to 100 mark, excellent time to maybe potentially be looking at selling that. There's been some great gain on that. If you bought some cases of it, great time to maybe sell off some cases. Maybe sometimes to sell off them booster boxes and keep one case back or one couple booster boxes back, but have no expenditures on them. These are things that we're going to have to be looking at. These were the situations that drove me out of Pokemon in 2006. Living expenses got to be too expensive. We started to have high gas prices when gas was at about $4.25 a gallon. And I was on a college budget. Needed a shift, needed to use the income to go someplace else in order to afford to live. So we got out of Pokemon investing, sold out my stuff. Thus, I didn't get back into it until 2019. So these are all things to consider. Like I said, guys, this is going to be a little short video, but I just want to make sure that everybody that's viewing the channel, my subscribers, my community, understand that there are some things happening outside of the Pokemon TCG that may have some really big effects on what's happening on the market itself. We may start to see some downward pressure coming just because of the cost of living outside of the Pokemon bubble. So just be sure you're safe. Make sure you're putting your money in the right places. This is, of course, a secondary or a third place to actually invest in. So make sure you're being cautious and make sure you're paying your bills. Don't try to choose whether or not you want to invest in Pokemon or pay your rent. I hope you pay your rent. I hope that's not even a question. Make sure you pay your electric bill. I've heard of people sitting here going, well, I'll let my electric bill go, and then I'll pay it next month after I make some income on my Pokemon things. Don't do that. Pay your bills. That's going to be the number one thing that you're going to need to be focused on right now. And definitely, if you have some leftover income, have some extra money to spend, or if you budget a certain amount and you can still afford to do that, go ahead. Look for that good deal. Look for that investment opportunity. Look for that product that you really want to put away in your portfolio. Great opportunities still exist. They will continue to exist. They stayed in all the way through the last time we've gone through an economy like this. So just be careful, be cautious. That's my last word of advice. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, hit that notify, and of course, hit that like button, guys. Greatly appreciated. Let's see if we can get 50 on here. If you do like this kind of content, as always, I'll put up these two videos up over here, and we will see you next time here on Northwoods TCG.